Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour. Put your hands together of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all those people and businesses that support and love all of our Santa Barbara athletes. I don't even know what to say. Every time I get to that part,
I know you pause.
I probably get goosebumps because I always have stuff that I have to share for the week, and it's a great summer.
Oh, please share.
I'm going to share. It's like,
please.
Okay,
go ahead
first thing I had to do, I had to buy my, Powerball Lotto because I only buy one, and I methodically had to listen to the lottery tapes, and I really do think I'm going to win this darn thing.
You're winning in order to sponsor kids in sports,
That's right. I'm going to win it. I feel it. So anyway, to do that, then I stumble on to the Goleta Roundup, of course, that little plastic box that I sprayed the whole company or the whole city with. Community. So it was full. So I'm like, woo! I go, I'll take this, and they're all looking for the key, and I'm like, I gave you the key, dog. I mean, it's the honor system. So 15 minutes looking for the key, found the key. So thank you to Levy's. I love that. Woo! Bobby at to Levy's. So we total about, and I can't tell you about it because it's changed. So I'm the bag lady, right? So then I went to Portofino, and Jerry, put your hands together. He gave me a big bag of change. So then Dominique and I went over to Vin's Goleta Sushi, and of course, it was funny because when you could help me out here, right? So she wants me to pay cash, right? So I always pay cash. I have no idea how much my bill is going to be. So I just open up my wallet, and I put it out there.
She's kind of like family.
Yeah, she's family, but I got fan money, and she's like, 20, 30, 40, 60, $60. What? I mean, she goes, tip. It's for the kids. I go, yeah, I do a lot for the kids. Okay, I do a lot for the kids. So she basically just goes around, but what she does is she takes all of her tips, Vin at Goleta Sushi, and you've got a Dr. D roll over.
I got to get over there.
I know. She says,
Vin, I'm coming. I know.
But you got a roll named after you.
I know.
So anyway, I haven't totaled it up because I'm not the good counter. But anyway, so that was just like one day yesterday. Yeah. That was pretty much my yesterday. So
and all these monies are going to Goleta United Boys and Girls Club.
Yep. Yeah. And who, by the way, fed last week over 2,000 kids, huh? Wow. Woo! Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, and it's packed. You go there at 5 o'clock. If anybody's like hungry, I get online. You can't. I'm just saying. The food is good. Yeah. What? They got the fruit. They got the vegetables. They got everything over there.
And I said to Michael Baker when he was in here a couple of weeks ago, you're not just feeding these kids.
Right.
You are feeding the community.
That's right.
And not literally.
Right.
When you feed these kids and they have the proper nutrition to go in and get an education, then they are able to become more a part of the community in which they live as they go through the various grades. They get out of high school, they go into college, they get an education to go into whatever field they want to go into that they may bring right back to the community in which they live. You're feeding the community.
Well, you can't go on like Coast Village Road when I pick up my mail down there, and you can't go to Janine's and have anybody wrap their brain around that 60% of the kids here in the county are out of below the poverty level. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not going to get it. Okay, So once if you really can understand what that means, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best community on the planet. Okay, just like, say top 10. Okay, for the global world travelers. And that being said, you can't not give it back to the kids. I mean, to tell me that a child is hungry, that's just not okay. So I think if everybody, regardless of what's going on the planet today, and I think if everybody just looked around, in their backyard, and then say, offered assistance, like don't shove it down somebody's throat, but just say, hey, how can I help you? Yeah. And if everybody did that on just some silly, little level,
question. How can I help?
Exactly. How can I help you?
Because you do that when anybody comes in here that they have their nonprofit. You say, how can we help? What can we do?
It's a grassroots movement, and I think this shows that's what we're all about. And I thank you, Dr. D, really. Thank you. Thank Les Carroll. I thank everybody.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it really is.
This is a great student. Hey, so what I want to do is we've got some returning co-hosts, which is really nice. We've got two that has popped their heads up because they're working, right? But we've got Dustin and Alliano, Superior Fitness and Wellness, and we have Dr. Tiffany Margolin. Woo! She's back. Okay, my vet. my kids is trainer since they were sixth grade.
Yes, that's right, sixth grade. I've still got John's before and after.
That's it.
He sends it to me frequently, at least every 6 months. Look what you did to me.
That's so awesome. So tell us, Superior Fitness, you're not even the same man, you're not the same company, you're not the same anything as when you started. So what's going on?
Yeah, if there's anything inevitable in life, it's change, right? So with the changing times, the changing multimedia marketing, the changing music, I mean, everything has to change in the gym with the changing times. Fortunately, we've been able to change and continue to grow with the changing times. We serve a lot of kids there, which it's great, but we have to stay on our A game because as their styles and their interests change, so do we. And I think we're doing a pretty decent job there. And I just want to thank you both, Dr. D and Erica, for being so supportive of my business since day one, providing me most recently with a new commercial. I mean, these things are huge. So I want to thank you and let you know I'm doing my part with your help over on the West Side.
Speaking of change.
Woo! Yeah. Gotcha. Love it. All right. Now we're also blessed. She's back. Dr. Tiffany. Yeah.
Hey. Nice to be back.
She's back. She's always been here in spirit. But, when you have her, I mean, Rolly, it started off, for those who didn't know, Rolly Pet Vet, okay? And then she took it over, purchased. Now she's the queen, okay, a veterinary as far as I'm concerned. And I will tell you, if you haven't checked her hands over heart
from the heart
mobile vet, from the hands, okay, of the heart,
helping hands, but it's from the heart mobile vet. Yeah, from the heart
mobile vet. Yeah. Nobody would understand if I said it correctly the first time. It wouldn't be Teen Sports Radio. Okay, so talk to us about it. Tell us, because I know you're growing. Because I saw you like 3 times in one day. I'm honking twice. I don't know if you noticed me or whatever. I'm going like this.
Oh, yes, the honking and the waving. We love the honking and the waving. Yeah, we find that is very comforting in Santa Barbara. We love this community. Actually, I came from Southern California, a little south of here, Los Angeles, and just absolutely have always wanted to spend time and be of value for people in the communities out here. And it's just been so great. We have been unbelievably blessed to be really valued, to be sought after. We go to the homes, so we decrease the stress immediately to the pets and their people by going into their homes. And we're called concierge vets, but basically my practice is we go to your home. Your animal gets to be in its own bed, its own room, or backed in the corner barking at me, or its own coop, because we're seeing a lot of chicken patients now, for those of you who love your homegrown eggs. And I do have an avian specialty background as well, but I also provide integrative medicine and do crossover nutrition between animals and people. And so what's so great about this is you're in the home environment, you're finding out not only about their medical issues, but you're finding out also about their behavioral issues, their parents' behavioral issues, meaning you, the owner, and also about the nutrition that crosses over between animals and people. So we do all of that at From the Heart Mobile Vet. So, and I'm so appreciative of you, Erica. This is such an amazing opportunity. So thank you.
Well, I'm blessed to have you. I was so happy that you said that you would do this with us, because, I look at, as far as teen sports and the importance of a teen athlete's pets.
Oh my goodness.
It calms them down before definitely the unconditional love that you get from an animal and sharing that energy back and forth. But what I got to say is, what I really appreciate about you is because, you are there. I think the most difficult time in a human being's life is when you have to separate yourself from your animal. And, when it's time and you have to have somebody that you trust tell you, guide you during that transition.
It's a beautiful, but very, 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 very
and I tell you, you are so good. I mean, it's not like, I don't know how to say, because it's such an emotional moment, and I'm not like a teary kind of person.
It moves everyone. It moves me every time.
You lose it, and you don't want to just lose it in front of, but you're not a stranger. From the moment that you walk into somebody's home, it's like I've always felt that I've known you for years. So I appreciate, you're really good at what you do.
We've been highly appreciated. Thank you for that.
Now, if I could just get my doctor to come to my house
and send you over the transition.
No, just for regular care. So I'm thinking that maybe instead of seeing an MD, maybe I'll start seeing a vet.
Shall I help you? I've been asked that before. I have been requested for that before.
Okay.
Get homeopathic people coming up. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Doctor, that's me. I have my little green witch friend over here. She has what kind of? I can't even say it. What is it?
So we both have degrees from integrated.
That's correct.
Yeah, IIN.
We share that in common.
Yeah.
The Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which is wonderful because it shows people that the nutrition is not separated by species, right? So
Correct.
we both, right. Mm-hmm.
Correct. And the other thing about it is just focusing on activism, that we really want everyone to be active about good health.
Well, I agree with that, and I also agree that it's a spiritual part of your health. Really, nutrition isn't separated from your state of mind, from your emotions. You know that, and so it's still a holistic way of being. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been proven scientifically that certain foods actually will alter your body's chemistry, your brain chemistry. It will then basically affect your mental ability.
Right.
I mean, we're not just talking about, for example, the Boys and Girls Club feeding the kids so that they've got nutrition so that they can learn. Now you've got to feed the right things that foster.
It's what you feed.
It's what you
It's
feed.
certainly a calorie is not a calorie is not a calorie is. You can speak to that. But
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, in working with children, poor diets lead to poor attitudes.
It leads to poor biochemistry, which results in the nervous system being dysfunctional, resulting in that poor attitude. And let me tell you, that's not even the kid's fault at that point. But it sure,
it's not.
weighs on you. So
Hello.
Andie Gil is in the house. He wanted to add, but we just threw him the mic. It was a no look pass, dog. You caught it. I like it.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was actually with Team USA all last week. The Team USA select team, so they're getting ready for the Olympics. I had a chance to work with Coach Pop and a lot of the developmental coaches, so we're actually trying to get Team USA to be more influential in the youth. In the past, it's been all club coaches. It's been who's teaching who. So USA is finally, and this is after a long push, but the USA organization is now trying to work their way up from the bottom. So it's actually super cool. Did a lot of incredible networking. Just like Dustin mentioned, coaches got to get better too. The kids are changing, the times are changing, basketball's changing. As a coach, I got to get better too, trying to get ready for this next season. So it's actually been a really, really fun summer. I've met all the coaches and players that I've wanted to meet since I was a child. So it's pretty fun. And after this,
I have a question. How heavily does
raise your hand here?
I had to raise my hand. I'm a perpetual student. How closely do you follow the nutrition? How much do you use nutrition in your kids' lifestyle?
I'm very, very fortunate to work at a boarding school, so it's actually a little bit different where we have a nutrition and a strength coach. So in the past, public education, it really does solely depend on the coaches.
Right.
So we actually brought a lot of people in, but we as a school district, a lot of these kids are eating their first meal at lunch, and then and that's not their fault. Sometimes it's just the parents aren't around, and so we're really as coaches, we got to make sure we develop a nice core group of teachers and coaches that are willing to help and kind of. I was very fortunate. My dad owns a Mexican restaurant in town.
We're all going.
Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right.
Oh, you dropped that now.
But we
see all this food we have. We're talking about it in a break. I don't see no Mexican food. We eat Mexican for breakfast. We love Mexican.
Yeah. So I've been in a very fortunate position where I can't say the same about every school, but I know every coach is working really hard. But I would give a lot of gift cards to my players, kids that I knew lived in the area. Any way that I can, and it is tough, but it does start at home, and it's just like we can only do as much as we can.
Much starts at home, yeah.
If any kids are listening, apples and nuts.
Apples and nuts.
Grab an apple and a handful of nuts first thing in the morning. That'll get you started.
You're absolutely right. In my car at all times, I have at least 150 granola bars at all times.
We're going to your car.
Where's that car park? No. Hey, let's take a break. All right, Dr. D's want to take a break now for minutes, okay? But we got a lot to talk about during break, and then we'll be back right after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
Dominique, where else can you find us?
Oh, man. I have sourdough in my mouth. You did it on purpose.
Right.
We got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the internet, teensportsradio.com.
You got sourdough in your mouth. That's okay. Because we have the sourdough bread lady is here. Woo! Victoria! Know what I like about you? Not only bring the bread, but you bring us a nice assortment of condiments. We have the cocoa almond butter spread. We have 9 different kinds of hummuses. We've got fig butter. Am I missing anything on your side? You're not playing I Got a Secret over there, are you? No?
You got it all.
All right, so talk to us. You were moving. Now you're back, right?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm part-time here, part-time in Oxnard. It's different there. People don't appreciate my bread as much, but I will have to do a lot of educating there because as far as I interviewed several people, they buy their Wonder bread. I know.
So tell us about you sprouting your yeast.
Wait a minute. And
Wonder bread isn't even bread.
It isn't. You wonder. And they warm it up in the microwave.
Oh,
I know. That's Oxnard. Okay. So
Yeah, that is awesome.
so I will have to do a lot of education there, which I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
And what about sprouting, you said?
well, your bread is absolutely incredible. And as one of those integrative nutritionists that are here today, we would love to know more about you sprouting the yeast and growing the yeast for part of the nutrition that you provide.
I sprout the grain. I don't use wheat. I use kamut, ancient grain, which is kamut, spelt. I've forgotten. So there's
quinoa, maybe?
Quinoa, yeah. So they're all ancient grains, and I sprout them. Then I convert them into flour. I don't leave flour on the shelf at all. I make a flour and I put it in the mix
bread.
it with a starter. I have a starter which I obtained from my friends who brought it from Ukraine, from Germany, from different countries, and I added.
You could do that because there's no wall now, right?
That's right. Only you can build a wall with a bread to
A bread wall, but then
to
they can
feed
eat it right
everybody.
down. You have to keep rebuilding it.
Yeah, so I actually, Erica, I got a call from a woman. She said, "Oh, I heard that you have a sourdough starter. Can I have some?" I said, "Sure." So I take a starter, I go to her home, and she grows chickens.
Oh, there
and she
you
said,
go.
"I'll give you the eggs if you give me a starter." I'm like, "Yeah." So we do I show her how to use the starter, and we become friends. And she tells me about other people who trade. And
So it's a starter barter.
it's
right?
a starter barter, and I love it.
I just bought that. Thank you.
Could have been the chicken joke, but
Starter barter. Yeah, and then I also travel with my starter, and everywhere I go, I stay in somebody's house. I make the bread.
Oh,
and,
you can come over anytime.
I know, and I'm always welcome. So
Barter be it. What is it? Airbnb, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Airbnb.
yeah.
So you don't pay for it.
and
You just trade services.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Air
You could
bread
probably
and-
stay anywhere all over the world because since you're a vet.
Yes, and I'd be spending the time sleeping and lying with dogs.
yes,
Air bread and bake.
yeah, bread and I'll start my own bread and bee.
Well, the nice thing is that the thing about your bread is it's real food, and that's what we want kids to understand is that if you pick up an item, you think it's food, and you flip it over, look at the ingredients, and there's more than 5 things listed there.
Thank you.
It's not really food.
Yeah, and it's also
And you can't pronounce
sugar,
the names.
full of sugar, which gives you like immediate high and then.
Well,
low.
sugar
Yeah.
is pretty much a proven known toxin, to be honest. It's more addictive, folks, than heroin. And when they check the rats out for their addiction level, that's what happens is they go for the sugar over the heroin. So just saying. So
But that helps us understand, why is it that I crave it and I
Right.
seem to not have the willpower for it? It's not about willpower. It's about, let's educate
Chemistry.
the body, right, with
Yep.
other foods, with water, with exercise, and just have a little patience. The sugar craving's going to leave.
I have a 2-year-old grandson, and I went to see him yesterday, so I bring him my bread and some passion fruits from my tree, and he said, "What is this?" I said, "It's passion fruit that grows in my garden." And he said, "What about bread? Does it grow in your garden too?"
But it does, because you have the starter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
And he loved it. He's not, I mean, he like 2-year-olds, they're picky eaters, and he devoured my bread, and it was like, oh, my heart.
So once you make the bread, how long do you have before you have to eat it?
It takes 3 days, because sprouting, then making flour out of it, and then growing the starter enough to make.
That's how long it takes to make it. Is 3 days.
3 days.
It's amazing.
How long do you have to eat it before it goes bad? One thing I know about good food.
It's gonna go bad in 2-3 days because it doesn't have any preservatives.
Did I do a big no? So that the last loaf that you gave me, I put in the freezer.
Yeah. It's,
okay.
It's a big yes.
Okay. I didn't do a no. That was awesome. All right, I did it right.
That's the best way to preserve bread is in the freezer.
Okay. Happy sprouts.
I slice it and put it in the freezer. This way you can take as many pieces as you want and
slice it
toast
first.
it.
That was my.
This way you don't have to wait for the whole loaf to defrost.
Good.
Slice it first. That's the trick for frozen bread.
Putting bread back into my diet today.
Yeah, it has flax and turmeric and psyllium.
It's beautiful. This is nutrition. This isn't bread. We need to separate the category.
How can everybody out there that is dying now, to try this bread, how can they get a hold of you?
They can call me at 805-636-9454.
You got to do at least 2 more times, because remember I got yelled at. I had this horrid email. But you know something? It was a nice email. I take it back. I sent a super nice educational email to the Queen of Teen saying that they didn't have time enough to get the paper. So now I want everybody to go out and get a piece of paper, pencil, or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so say it again.
Ready? Okay. 805-636-9454. Or if you remember, sourdoughbreadlady@gmail.com.
Nice. Or go Teen Sports Radio, in case you're up there.
I'm up there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Because you're the sourdough bread. And then she's got commercials too, so we're probably going to be catching a commercial at the break. So let's listen to it.
Yeah.
This is Erica Salda. Thank you, Santa Barbara. We'll see you after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. Hey, I just was handed this, and I always got to say thank you. Let's put our hands together. We don't have his info yet up on the website, but we have another. I'm just so blessed to be able to announce Ryan Warner, Santa Barbara area representative for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He deals with all the kids in town, He has this beautiful shirt for me. I am so, because you see, D, everything goes to you. Guess what? It's got my name on this dog, That's right. I'm somebody now, all right? So I've got a cool shirt, and I'm really excited, and Ryan can't be with us today, but he's coming either next week or the week after that. So thank you, Ryan, and check out his pic and bio on the site, and I'm really excited about that. Just another class act that wants to participate in this program.
Absolutely.
How good is that?
It's fabulous.
Just never ends.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't end. Speak of class act, that's how I segued right into this. Andie Gil has brought a class act. That's right. That's right. Who is this person that you brought there, Andie?
All right. So, Erica, you know her well. She's been on the show before, but
love her.
Her role at Carpenter High School's changed a little bit.
Okay.
So she went from the JV head coach to this will be her first year at Carp High as the new girls varsity basketball coach.
Woo!
On top of that, I got a few more things to add. She leads it's called Focus on Freshmen. It's a huge push that almost all high schools in the district now are doing. It's a 9th grade, I'll let her explain in a second, but it's like a 9th grade exploratory course to kind of figure out your life 10 years from now.
Nice.
So all 9th graders are now being asked to do this, which is big. On top of that, she's the head of the history department.
Wow.
And her most important role. She's got me outdone big time.
But is she doing the ninja?
I could never do that.
Also on top of that, my girlfriend of 3 years.
That's the most important one.
So I'm happy to have her back on here. Last time she was here, Erica grilled her pretty good. But I kind of wanted just to introduce her to the town as the new girls varsity basketball coach, and kind of let her talk a little bit about hoops.
And while Erica's grilling her for a second time, wait, will you finish buttering my bread, please?
yeah. I need to do that.
How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Still happy?
He embarrasses me all the time.
I know. Well, because since we've known him, I'm going to take the credit for the show because this guy is on the fast track. Okay, when I first met him, was Santa Barbara High basketball coach, right? So then he moves over to San Marcos, becomes a counselor over there. Had to drop the basketball. I said, "Don't worry, you're going to get it again." Bam! Now Kate's school varsity. Okay. Then I don't even know. He didn't get any moss under his feet, like maybe 1 foot. Then boom, CC, here he is. And now I know what the motivation is. I get it.
Hopefully it's me, right?
Head, yeah, she's a department head. That's right. Right?
He has to keep up.
No wonder you're doing the ninja training at Dustin Alliano's. You can't keep up.
I'm at the top of that warped wall. Like, you can't do it. You can do it.
That's awesome.
Hey, she's in a cool position though. She's returning 6 girls, I believe. Is that right?
A lot. I don't
6.
actually know how many are coming back because I was the JV coach last year, but we have a pretty heavy senior team this year. So about 6 of the girls that are returning, and I think that's where you got that number, have been playing varsity together since they were freshmen.
He's keeping your stats.
Yeah, he's keeping my stats. He actually does my scorebook, and I'm so thankful.
Hey, doing the scorebook's the only thing that keeps me quiet. I'm just like, all right, I better do this.
He's like, I can't sit at the table and not say something, so I have to have the book because he's not allowed to say anything.
Yeah. Oh, there it
It's all right. I do his book up at Kate, so all the coaches that come to see the boys play, they're always like, "Oh, so the roles are reversed now. You do the book, and he's the one that's yelling."
It was a little bit weird at one game. The night prior, I had just gotten a technical foul. The next day, I'm doing the book, and I'm like, "Oh man, he's here."
Humbling, isn't it? The league said that's a penance.
But no. I know you're a big Bishop supporter, and I love that game. The Bishop Carp game is really fun to watch. It's a big local rivalry. I mean, Bishop Carp, Santa Barbara San Marcos, DP San Marcos. There's a lot of really big games in town, and that's one that I really look forward to. And
we have them booked this year. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but we'll be playing it again. So hopefully Carp will get the win, but we'll see what happens.
Right. So I can already tell, you're that emotional. You're not that sit down, Andie Gil.
I'm pretty calm.
Yeah, Andie's I've seen him. Okay,
very
hello. Do you sweat? Do you do anything emotional? Okay.
He always tells me to calm down.
Yeah, you can't. See, I never get called out on anything because anything I say, it's always positive. So if you're going to be the loudest, lion in the room, and that probably is the thing that stimulates people's, what is it? Hypothalamus? What do you call that, Dee?
The limbic part of the brain where they get afraid.
Yeah, limbic part of the brain where people get afraid, that's why my kids, when they were so little, I used to have them dress up as warriors at 5 years old. The black paint, I used to put little feathers in their hair. You're going out there, that's it.
Battle.
It is a battle. So you're going to have a running gun team. You got big girls. What do you got going?
We have, Carp doesn't get a lot of big girls. We get lots of little girls. So we usually run a 5-out motion that involves lots of guard play. So we're planning on doing the same thing, but I'm hoping I can get them motivated to go a little bit faster. So we like to set it up and move at a slower pace in the past. So I'm hoping that I can get them running and gunning a little bit more than they have.
Yeah. I just took my softball players, and I just, because, you can't even tell who's got a gun, right? And I used to make I never did by size. I said, you're going to beat all these big girls, okay? You're going to get the ball, and you're going to throw it as far as you can, because we're just going to have lightning speed in the wings, and that's it, and it's going to be layup. They won't even figure it out until halftime. And then by then, our lead's going to be so high. I just got to bury him.
I think it helps that I'm a classroom teacher as well, because I'm a big believer in the learn by doing versus the learn by me talking at you. So I'll explain something and then we get down to it. So I think that they're adjusting to that slowly of we're going to work for 2 hours rather than we're going to talk and then work. So it's been really fun to see them be like, I've never sweated so much in my life, and I've never worked this hard before, and I've never been so sore after practice. And I'm like, that's how it should be. So
I know Dustin wants to invite the girls to the gym because that's how
that
Dustin
would be
rolls.
so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has the most amazing team building circuit training for the quote-unquote team, and he does it for most of the schools, including Bishop. Yeah. You have all the Bishop kids. Yeah. So basically, that they go over as a team. He does it at San Marcos High School. He does it for DP. And you get those girls, and that's the kind of thing that you could just sit and watch. Some coaches participate. Other coaches don't. But in participating, it's kind of cool because, you're banging it out next to somebody that likes to watch you sweat and likes to see your pain, So it's just, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And because we started as a sports performance gym, we're going to have stuff specific for your needs.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Not just a 24-hour fitness. It's
Yeah.
entirely different.
Oh, well, our gym was getting re-roofed this summer, so a lot of our practices had to be outdoors, and one of them, I led a circuit/strength training sort of workout, and the girls were like, we should do this more often. I'm like, well, I've only got one workout in me, but...
Well, that's what takes the pressure off of the coach. You shouldn't have to do both.
Yeah.
Traditionally, that's what was happening, and, when I went to high school, we had the 1,000-pound club, and you just have a coach going, come on, you could lift that weight. Your back's like bent like a banana.
So we did mostly cardio, but they're like, we should do this more often. And I'm like, well, that's the only workout I know, so I got to send you to somebody else.
But I got to say, just because I love this guy, but he really, because I watch him, he knows kids so well, and he doesn't even need to tweak it much, but when he sets up a circuit for girls, boys, and then he takes in consideration the sport, he knows what muscles they need to use. So the circuit training that I've seen, I've gone and visited him over a week. Football, basketball, lacrosse, water polo, they're all different. And he actually takes the time and he works on the muscles that need to get, and then the other ones too. And then the music and everything else that he does. Dustin, you're awesome. And I don't know of anybody else that does it. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of our students, after high school sports, they're going to go off to college and probably just play intramurals or just work out at the gym, and knowing those skills and knowing that skill set to carry them through college or whatever they do after high school is a great just skill in itself.
Yeah. The other fun thing is, Dustin, you have all those positive aphorisms on the walls and stuff. Everything about the gym is just so positive.
Yeah. I haven't, kids, not just kids, teenagers, adults, they love it there because of the atmosphere. So I'd be happy to.
Oh, well, thank you.
Put your hands in. We love Dustin. It never ends. Okay, I got the smushy sign. That means it's go time. This is Erica Salda. We'll be back with a lot more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
Well, I am just so psyched.
That's a new word.
I know, psyched. It's psyched and a happy. Thank you, Dustin, because he's going to protect me because he knows.
Psyched and spiked.
I'm both of those. And who do we have in the house right now? And I'm blessed beyond belief. GP Homestay. Put your hands together. Angus and Shelly, we're going to be giving them a commercial after the show today because let's give them another hand. We love them. They have a very valuable and important job, and what they do is they're the reason why we're getting all these international students coming to our beautiful city. And what they do is they place these international students in homes that would like to host families, and pretty much, and I could, tell me the statistics, but I think it's like 10% of a lot of the student bodies, and we've got Andie Gil here with Santa Barbara, and, he's at CC right now, so he should be able to give us a wide range of knowledge, because he's got San Marcos, he has Santa Barbara, and CC, so all those three institutions.
Specifically at San Marcos, we had 35 steady route students.
Nice. Yeah. That's beautiful.
So one high school.
Very nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. So we were blessed enough last year to take an Italian student at Dos Pueblos, which was such an amazing experience. So we're gonna roll it out and do it again. And now I just we threw a dart at the world and we hit China. So I go, okay, let's get some Chinese students over here. Yeah. All right. So who's going to step up? All right, Agnes, what do you want to talk to me about?
Sure.
Yes.
I just want to talk about GP Homestay. Hi. Thank you for having us, Erica. And
I love your voice. I mean, it's gonna. The commercial's gonna rock. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited. Okay, so we are an organization. We look for loving, caring homes for our students that come here from China. We make their dreams come true. They're here to study for a year at different high schools. And we want to offer them an amazing experience, the American experience. In return, the families learn about another culture, open up their horizons, their world, their eyes to different things, and create lifelong friendships with these students.
Nice. Well, I really appreciate the support that your agency provides to host families. You have this beautiful website full of information. You have this training program that you have host families go through, and then you send these newsletters that give updates. And so I've been learning, for example, different comfort foods. Those are really important. When somebody, think about it for ourselves. If we travel to another country and we get homesick, what's the first thing that makes you feel better?
Pizza. It's sourdough bread from Victoria. That's right. Not frozen. That's kind of hard to toast it.
Yeah. Sourdough bread.
Yes.
So there's so many different things that you can do to help the transition for students to have a really successful year. And I really appreciate what your agency does.
Yes, we try to make the host family comfortable and the student as well. Our goal is for the relationship to work and be a lifelong friendship. And that's what we do. The adjustment period can be difficult at times in the beginning, but the rewards are just great.
So today it's August 9th. Okay, so we're still a little time. Are you guys full? Is there a waiting list for next semester?
Yes.
How's it work? How can we help
are
you?
Always looking for loving, supporting families who want to experience hosting a student and open up their home and hearts to a new relationship. And so we are looking for loving host families here in Santa Barbara. And so if you're interested, we would love to talk to you.
So what are some of the requirements that you need from the parents and the host family?
Yes, hi, this is Shelly.
That a girl, Shell. I love it because I didn't even have to say it. I usually try to say your name. Say your name. But you did. You're very professional. Very professional.
Hi there. I work with Agnes, and we together here are trying to recruit, as she said, loving families for our local school here up in Santa Barbara, Bishop Garcia Diego High School. Woo! Yeah. And certain requirements we have to have only because, again, these students, high school age, they are coming from thousands of miles. And to come here, we want to make sure that they have a comfortable environment. So parents, we're looking for families, individuals, families, as long as you have an extra spare room for them.
Do they have to have a child? This is a family?
No, okay. You don't have to. You can be a couple, you can be single, as long as you have an extra spare room and the time to invest. Because think about it, you are their guardian while they're away from home. Yeah. So you are their parent while they're here. So we're looking.
Amy, I'm going to suggest that you take a Bishop student and I think that's cool. It's multicultural. There you go. You took a Bishop student, even though you're the girls'
I don't even have room for one person in the house I currently live. So we're looking for someone who can give them the room, provide 3 daily meals, and also be able to drive them to and from school, again, because they can't drive. And the great thing about this is, in return, we offer a monthly stipend of $1,300. That's just to help offset, the time invested, the room and board, and just, like Agnes was saying, the shared experience that we're going to get from both the host side and the student side. One thing Dominique had mentioned is our just the level of customer service also that GP offers to the host family, because we know that this is not something you want to do alone, because if you have any questions, we're here. Mm-hmm. So once you're assigned a student, once you're matched, we call that, you will have someone from GP Homestay that you can get in contact 24/7, pretty much.
And that's Agnes, or is that Shelly? Which one are we getting? Are we getting both?
Well, actually, once we're just the front end, we're looking for those loving families. But once you're part of our family, you will have someone here
I'm
locally.
still going to call you guys.
Yeah. Absolutely, you can.
Anytime.
We love you guys.
Yes.
No, you're a family now. That's it.
We love you, Erica.
No, seriously. It's been such a pleasure. You come in and checking everything out. And it's funny because, I had all the closets redone before you got there. There's certain things that I'm really anal about. I don't like these closets, Harry. Because not like, they got to have extra clothes or anything. I don't know. But I take this so serious. I mean, and Dominique can tell you, because for me, I get more out of it than they could ever get out of it, because I don't want to be by myself, so it's either this or go into a residential care facility. So I thank you all for allowing me. You think I'm kidding? I can't be by myself. But see, I'm honest about it. People. I'm not going to be like a grumpy person. You want to mess me up? Put me in Costco when it first opens. Really, you'll hear bang. Throw me in Wyoming. Boom. You know what I mean? I cannot do it. I freak. Now stick me in a Volkswagen with 15 people. Rock on. Baby! That's me, baby! I like that.
Well, you're a New Yorker. It makes sense.
Oh, thank you, Dominique. So, I did 2 million people in 2 months.
And Dominique, you opened your home to us. We were two strangers come knocking on your door trying to check out your home, and here we are. We get a home-cooked meal. Stay
of course. Well, you wanted to take us out. I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like, I'm thanking you. You're thanking me. There's too much love going on. And then you gave us these thermoses. Took us 2 days to figure out how to open them. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, if I can't figure it out in 5 minutes, I'm going to throw it over the fence. I did say that because it was that high tech. You guys do everything so first class. It took Dominique's 70-year-old mother to figure out how to open it. She's a genius. Seriously.
Let me explain. My mother started programming computers when they were card systems. She actually participated in programming for satellites. But anyway, so she has an engineer's mind. And so it has this little safety latch and a button. It's really cool. Now it's my favorite water bottle.
I gotta see this thermos.
We have some.
You had me on the safety latch. Okay, I was button, shaking. I said open. I didn't know how I didn't know if there was it was voice activated. I didn't know where we were going with this at all.
Yeah, we forgot to give you the code to open
exactly. It's true.
And I, of course, read the directions, but it didn't help.
And because you're who you are, it's in 9 different languages, and you didn't give me the English card. Okay, seriously.
This was in Dutch.
Yeah. So tell us how we can get a hold of you. And you didn't mention this one thing, but I want to thank Lisa Rozak, owner of EuropeanSunTanning.com. That's a good commercial too. Because she referred to me to you, she got $400.
Yes.
So maybe you're listening to this and you can't do it, but maybe you know somebody. That's not bad, because I think that's a beautiful thing. To be able to refer somebody and get $400. Dustin's looking at me, goes, "Oh, I know somebody." See,
bring it on.
That's
we need these families.
And you know what we're trying to do also in the local Santa Barbara area is partner up with schools or different kids associated organizations, because it can be a fundraising opportunity. Any referral you bring in, that's $400. Once we get an approved host, that can add up for sports equipment, field trips. You name it.
This isn't just is it just specifically Bishop Diego?
Right now, it's just for Bishop.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes. We're definitely growing. So
we would love coaches to participate, especially girls basketball coaches. All right, Dr. D says we're out of time. Okay, we have another section. We're going to take a break. All right, we've got great commercials to listen to, so stand by, and we'll be back after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
Outstanding. What a great show. We're almost over, but I got to get it out one more time. How could they get a hold of you, ladies?
Please visit our website at www.gphomestay.com to fill out an inquiry so we can get a hold of you, or you can call 714-348-7816.
Nice.
Thanks again, Teen Sports Radio.
Love you guys. Thank you. Dominique, we got a couple of minutes left, and I don't want to leave you out, in the hot sun. So I know you wanted to share something.
Silver linings.
Silver linings. Okay, let's talk about them.
Everybody knows silver linings. Clouds have silver linings. Well, why do clouds have silver linings? It's because of the light shining on the cloud, right? Well, the light is kind of like the attention that we put on things. So whenever we're experiencing something and it's not quite going the way we wanted, maybe we're fearful that it's really not going to work out, if you can just hold on to that idea of silver linings and look for the silver lining, make it turn up at the very end, find something happy about that moment that you can be grateful for. You're finding the silver lining, and you're going to increase your happiness and abundance in your life, and you're going to better your health and better everyone around you. So look for silver linings.
This is what Andie does when he looks at Amy every day.
Yeah,
baby. Yeah, baby.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, we have 1 minute promise program. Can you really quick? It's still registering because we're still at 8-9. We're in the 9th of August.
So as mentioned, for whatever weird reason,
right,
enrollment at the community college level has dropped. But just positive news, in the last month, we've enrolled 200 more students that probably would not have continued on.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So that's just in itself. The community college is growing. Kids that counted themselves out are now having a little hope. And it's beautiful. I mean, I would love to go to college for free for 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't?
That includes books.
That includes books.
Yep.
It includes tuition. It includes your health fee.
Right.
The classes, up to 15 units. That's gold.
Right.
So please do it.
Yeah, definitely.
How we do it?
This is awesome.
So the community promise is only for... it's only for recent graduates of the 2016 class. So a local student anywhere from Norco to Carp. So like deep Goleta, all the way to Carpinteria. Any student that graduated in the past few months is eligible.
But if anyone wants to take classes at SBCC, it's so doable. I mean, I just helped my son James, who's younger, and he's finishing up a history degree. He's got farmer classes. It only cost me less than $400.
Exactly.
Cool. Hey, I got to say goodbye to everybody. Oh my God, Dr. D, we love you. Put your hands together. Dominique, Andie Gil, Dustin, Alliano, Dr. Tiffany Margolin. I'm sorry. Love to Santa Barbara. Let's keep doing what we're doing and just ask every single person every single day, how can I help you today? It's going to make Santa Barbara the best place on the planet to live. God bless Santa Barbara. See you next week.